It's not available to the public, but there is a report that's generating a tremendous amount of excitement within the international UFO community. The report is called UFO Briefing Document, the best available evidence. And it is exactly that, 170 pages of what a scientific panel believes is proof that we are not alone. Socorro, New Mexico, 1964. Tehran, Iran, 1976. Rendlesham Forest, England, 1980. These are three of the most compelling cases in the history of ufology, and their complete stories, as well as other sightings and research culled from obscure files, are presented in UFOs, the best available evidence. It is designed to convince world leaders that UFOs are a phenomenon worthy of serious investigation by presenting the most compelling research from the three largest UFO organizations in the world.
The cases were selected on the basis of being well documented with such things as military intelligence reports, and they were chosen to represent many different countries.
They were also chosen because they were mythbusters. For example, the popular notion that UFO eyewitnesses are crackpots is blasted in the Socorro case, where the chief witness was a police officer.
A UFO landed in the desert outside of a little New Mexican town and was sighted by a police officer, Lonnie Zamora, and the object took off with a roar and flew away silently.
No one has ever cast doubt upon this guy. He doesn't have a lot of scientific background, but he's a highly dependable witness with a good eye. Also, the case was investigated within a couple of hours by a man from Army Intelligence and a man from the FBI. They were highly impressed by him.
An encounter between a UFO and Iran's Air Force dispels the myth that UFOs are aircraft misidentified by the public.
They sent an F-4 Phantom jet to chase after it. The pilot made contact. He armed a missile on instructions from the base and was about to shoot this thing, whereupon the whole missile panel electronics went dead. This pilot turned back to base. They sent a second F-4. Same thing happened. He tried to arm a missile. The panel went dead. UFOs have, throughout the years, shown a capability to cause electromagnetic effects, and they seem to be able to understand what a weapon is.
The explanation that these are secret weapons of earthly origin does not explain the Bentwaters incident.
The sightings in Bentwaters, England, during December of 1980, very significant cases because they involve numerous military witnesses, including the deputy base commander. He personally saw things flying around the sky. He personally saw light beams coming down in the vicinity of the atomic weapons storage area.
Most things people report as UFOs are explainable, but there's a hardcore of sightings, such as the ones in the best available evidence, that simply cannot be explained by any known means. And these have convinced me that they are not terrestrial.
You have to get past this business where everybody thinks it's a kooky crackpot subject. We're not talking about Elvis is alive and living on Mars. We're talking about geometrical, metallic appearing craft-like objects that are flying around the atmosphere and have been reported by, for example, by military pilots from perhaps 15 different countries around the world.
The document's authors know the world won't beat a path to their door, but they hope this will be a start.
I think the best thing that could happen from this project is that world leaders would begin to treat this seriously and band together to get something accomplished and get past the low level of dialogue that exists and the stereotypes that exist. The stereotypes are terrible. They're totally false.
We're dealing with such astounding information here that you can tone it down all you want and it's still pretty amazing.
In the past, Sightings has investigated many of the incidents reviewed in the best available evidence. And an investigation is ongoing right now to unravel one of the greatest enigmas of World War II. Foo Fighters, on a future broadcast. The UFO briefing document is not available to the general public, but Richard Hall and Don Berliner have prepared an executive summary of the report. It is available from the Fund for UFO Research in Mount Rainier, Maryland, or through the Fund's website.